Do Big Five authors still have to do all of their own marketing? My name is Jean. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. So this comment says, I heard someone say that they published with a top five publishing house, but they still had to do most of their marketing on social media. And so I'm going to level set and define a couple of terms just to make sure we are all talking about the same thing. One, there are times in which people will say oh, I published with a big five publishing house, but they mean that they are actually published with a small indie publisher who is distributed by a big five publishing. So it means that that indie house has bought basically some space in a supply chain so that they don't have to pay for the entire supply chain themselves. And so they are their books are on the pallets with Simon and Schuster as they get shipped around the world. And so they'll say, "Oh, I'm distributed by Simon and Schuster." And so but they're not published by a Simon and Schuster imprint. They're published by a little indie publisher, which has a much smaller budget and a smaller staff and fewer people dedicated to your work. I do also appreciate that this person specified that they had to do most of their social media marketing, because social media is a very small piece of the advertising puzzle, and advertising is a very small piece of the overall marketing puzzle. Marketing is mostly a bunch of really unsexy business decisions behind the scenes that nobody loves talking about. In fact, they get really bored in their own marketing meetings because they're like, how is this part of the thing? I want to know when I'm going to go viral on TikTok, when that is just a small piece of the puzzle. The thing is that a publisher and an author can do very little for their own social media marketing. They can move the needle very little, but what does move the needle is other people talking about your book. Everyone knows that you think your book is great and that you think everyone should buy their book, but when other people are saying it, that has much more impact. And so sometimes smaller publishers are like, listen, we don't have the resources to put into this. You can try, but mostly you're trying to drum up interest from people who will then go out and talk about your work. But yeah, if we've cleared all of those hurdles and we know for sure what this person was talking about, we're very clear that they were published by a big five publisher, and we do understand what social media marketing is as the piece of this whole big other puzzle. Yeah, traditional publishing can and should do more for their authors, especially the ones with big budgets, and especially the ones who know how to move a lead title, and they could make more of their books lead titles if they wanted to. There's this phrase if they could if they wanted to, they should want to more often. Now, don't hear this the wrong way. They are not no publisher is out here letting your book fail or letting your book tank, because it is in their best interest for your book to sell. It is in their best interest for you to feel motivated to sell your work, to bring them a new contract so they don't have to go find a new author and build a new relationship. It is in everybody's best interest for the book to sell well, for you to keep bringing them new books that they also want to publish. They're not out here just sink or swim, figure it out. But they could do more. And they know it.